So children, going according to the sequence of your syllabus, the next topic which is in line is the poetry by Leigh Hunt, that is Abu bin Adam. All of you open your books to the poetry Abu bin Adam, page number 34. Page 34. See children, in this poetry we are going to see how a man who was very depressed one night sees an angel, and that angel tells the man that angel was being sent by God to write down the name of those people who were very good by nature, who for their good deeds, who names of those people who were good in the eyes of God. So there will be a conflict. There will be a conflict in angel's mind to whose name to write and to whose name to avoid. But this man who is actually dreaming, who actually visualizes that angel, will be very confident that if the God that it is ultimately the God who actually perceives our good deeds and our bad deeds. It is not in our hands to decide according to our deeds what is good and what is bad, but ultimately it is God only who decides whatever good or bad we do. So the decision for deciding whether we are doing something good or bad, even if we are doing it with good intention, we should leave that decision upon God, because ultimately it is God who decides and tells whether we are doing something good or something bad. So that is what we are going to do in today's that is the poetry that we are going to do in our today's class. So all of you open your textbooks to page number 34. Page number 34. First of all, see, there is a box given over here. There is a box given over here. Here, Leigh Hunt is the heading given above the box. So Leigh Hunt is the poet of this poem, and it is very important for us to read whatever is given in this box, because it gives us fair bit of information about the poetry, about the poet, and what style of writing we are going to observe in the poetry. It provides fair bit of information about the entire poetry and the poet. So it is very important for us to read the box before we actually start with the poem, original poem text. So Leigh Hunt was an English poet, writer and essayist, a firm liberal. Hunt claims this poem through this poem that true worship is manifest through the acts of love and service, and that one shows one's fellow men and women. Now, in this, liberal means somebody who gives freedom for others to speak, or somebody who tries to adopt such an attitude in which a person gives other freedom to others to express themselves. So this man Leigh Hunt was a person who was very much liberal in his attitude, that is, he gave opportunity to others also to express themselves. Now in this poem, it is being told that Leigh Hunt is going to talk about, in this poem it is being told that Leigh Hunt is going to talk about human deeds. Leigh Hunt is going to talk about human deeds, and it is Leigh Hunt who will tell us that ultimately it is not that everything is rewarded, and it is not that we should always try to please God. But in this poem, Leigh Hunt will tell us that sometimes it is our behavior towards fellow human beings that actually is pleasing to God, and we should instead of trying to please God all the time, sometimes we should be considerate enough in trying to please our own fellow beings, our own human beings. So that is what the poem is going to deal with. Set in the Middle Eastern country, we have a glimpse of the life of a godly man who is visited by a divine messenger. Divine means somebody who is immortal. Somebody who is immortal. So this poem was set up in Middle Eastern country, and in this poem you will come across the fact that there is a man who is being visited by some divine personality, by some immortal personality or messenger. At first, then Adam is disappointed to learn that his name is not among those who love God. Now, we are going to talk about the man in a poem. His name is Ben Adam. His name is Ben Adam. And initially we will see that in the poem he would be very much disappointed when he comes across the fact that his name was not included by that messenger when the name of those individuals were written who love God. So he would be initially, it is observed that this man will feel very much disappointed that his name does not come in the list of those people who actually love God. He then asks his angelic visitor. This angelic visitor is the messenger about whom we had talked in the earlier line. Angelic messenger divine visitor. Okay? Angelic messenger is the divine visitor. So, this angelic messenger has visited, and initially he tells Ben Adam that he is not included in that list in which those people are there who actually love God. He then asks the angelic visitor to at least include his name among those who loved other people. Now this man, that is Ben Adam, when he comes across this fact, this disturbs him. But then he tells that messenger, that angelic messenger, that I request you to include my name among those people who actually love their fellow human beings, who are very compassionate, who are very loving, who are very caring, who have feeling of brotherhood among them, who have love and compassion for fellow human beings. So, if you have made any such list in which you have mentioned names of those people who actually love their fellow human beings, I would request you to add my name in that list. The next thing, the visitor returns and shows Ben Adam the names of all those people who have been blessed by God. Ben Adam is delighted to see his name is heading the list. Now, once he tells that angelic messenger to prepare a list for those people who actually prepare a list of those people who love their fellow human beings, then after some time the messenger again comes and shows Ben Adam the list in which the messenger has included the names of those people who are actually blessed by God, to whom God has been merciful, to whom God has shown great mercy. So, merciful and giving, to whom God has been merciful and giving. So, when Ben Adam comes across that list, he sees that his name is heading that list. His name is heading that list means his name is topping that list. His name is the first name in that list. In this way, we come to know about the fact that ultimate satisfaction, ultimate blessing comes from God when we show care and compassion towards our fellow human beings. When we show care and compassion towards fellow human beings, then only God blesses us. And we should adopt this attitude, that we should adopt this attitude. That is, we should be tolerant, we should be loving, we should show courtesy, we should have gratitude towards our fellow human beings. This is what the theme of the poem is based upon, because ultimately God rewards us for the deeds we do in this world. If we are loving towards others, then ultimately God is going to reward us. But if we are not loving, if we don't love fellow human beings, if we don't care for them, then we might not come in the list of those people whom God blesses, to whom God shows His mercy. So we should always try to be good towards fellow human beings. We should live in unity. That is what the main basic idea behind the poem is. That is what the theme of the poem is. That is, we should have compassion. We should show gratitude towards other human beings. Is this much clear to all of you? Have you all understood this much? Now, very important thing, Leigh Hunt's name is, he is also known by the name of James Henry. He is also known by the name of James Henry. So, I hope this much is clear to all of you. Now let us move to the original text and complete the poem quickly. See, it is a very short poem. It consists of two stanzas. The poem is basically divided into two stanzas. The first stanza consists of 11 lines, and the second stanza consists of 4 lines. And then there is a rhyming scheme in the poem, A-A-B-B. The rhyming scheme in the poem there is A-A-B-B, A-A-B-B. Similarly, A-A-B-B, C-C-D-D. That is a rhyming scheme that is being followed in the poem. Then let us come to the poem Abu bin Adam by Leigh Hunt. Abu bin Adam, may his tribe increase. May his tribe increase means, tribe means people who belong to a particular group. So, tribe over here means, may his tribe increase means, the poet is talking in a way that the poet is saying that may the number of people who are like Ben Adam, they increase, their number keep on increasing, their number keep on multiplying. So, may his tribe means race or the member of a particular group. So here they are talking about those group of people who are like Ben Adam. Now, as of now, we are not being told how Ben Adam is, but as we will move on in the poem, we will come to know why the poet is saying that may his tribe increase. Why people of this sort must increase in number. He may keep on increasing in number. Awake one night from a deep dream of peace. Means awake one night means he got up one night while Ben Adam was sleeping. He got up while he was in a deep sleep. He got up and then awoke means got up, and deep means undisturbed, very peaceful, very tranquil sleep. He was in very tranquil sleep. He was in deep sleep. Suddenly he got up and saw within the moonlight in his room, and saw that there was a moonlight that was coming inside his room, making it rich like a lily in a bloom. Write out the meaning. Write out within the moonlight in his room. Within means the area or the circumference of the moonlight, making it rich and like a lily in a bloom. Now it is being told that within the moonlight there was someone who was present over there, and the presence of that someone, that person, or you can say that figure, was making the moonlight that was falling on that figure was making him or her visible as if it was like a lily which was blooming in the moving as if it was like a lily moving in the moonlit night. Sorry. Now write the meaning of the word the lily in the blue. The lily in the blue means the angel here is compared to a lily. Comparison is being made, so it is not a direct comparison. So metaphor is the figure of speech which is being used over here. Write down. The angel here is compared to the lily in the blue. This comparison is metaphor. Now you must be wondering, when we talk about that in simile also we do comparison, but in simile we don't do direct comparison. We use words such as and like. But in metaphor we do direct comparison. So over here, that angel, that person, that angelic reference that is being mentioned over here, it is actually the part of that moonlight that is coming inside Ben Adam's room. That is why that angelic person is being compared to a lily, and it gives the feeling that the angelic person is like a lily who is blooming in the moonlit night. An angel writing in the book of gold. Now it is being mentioned that what was it in that circle, that was within that moonlit night circle, moonlight shadow in Ben Adam's room. It was like a lily in the bloom. And what was like lily in the bloom? There was an angel which was like lily in the bloom. There was an angel which was like lily in the bloom, which was blooming as if some lily flower was blooming. An angel writing in a book of gold, and there was an angel. What was that angel doing? That angel was writing something. And where that angel was writing? That angel was writing something in the book of gold. Book of gold means the page, or you can say the material on which that angel was writing. It was made up of gold. It was made up of gold. Material on the page was not made up of paper. It was made up of gold. Exceeding peace had made Ben Adam raised its head, and with a look made for sweet accord. Exceeding peace has made Ben Adam bold. Exceeding peace means there was a perfect peace. It was appropriate. There was a exceeding peace means there was perfect peace. Peace was beyond imagination. There was complete peace. There was a complete peace. Had made Ben Adam bold, and to the presence in the room he said. There was a complete peace, and that had made Ben Adam very bold, very much, you can say, brave enough. That peace had brought so much satisfaction to Ben Adam that he inquired. Now the poet is saying that there was so much peace in Ben Adam's room that had made Ben Adam very brave, very you can say very bold. And to the peace in the room he said, and to the presence in the room he said, there was so much peace in the room that he had become so bold, he had become so brave, that because of that peace, because of that silence, he said, because of that braveness that had come to him, he inquired from the presence in the room. from the presence and Ben Adam, because of the presence, because of the calming presence that was there in the room, because of that presence, Ben Adam had become very strong. It had made Ben Adam very bold and strong, and because of that boldness, he inquired from the visitor that had come to his room, then, what writest thou? What writest thou means, what are you writing? What is there that you are writing? The vision raised his head. The vision means the angelic shadow that had come in his room raised his head. Raised his head, and with a look made of all sweet accord, and with the look, with a glance. Look means glance. So with the look, with a very sweet look, with a very sweet look, with a very sweet look, with a very humble look, this visitor or this angelic figure looked at Ben Adam, glanced at Ben Adam. Answered, and the question that Ben Adam had raised to this angelic figure, that what writest thou? What are you writing? After looking at Ben Adam in a very sweet, in a very humble manner, this person that is the angelic reference, that was the angelic figure that had come to Ben Adam's room. That person looked at Ben Adam and then answered, the names of those who love the Lord. Now that angelic reference, angelic person tells Ben Adam that he was writing the names of those people who loved the Lord, who love the Lord, who have love and affection towards the God, and is mine one. Now that Ben Adam inquires from that angel, that is my name there in that list? Am I the one who is also included in that list? Said Abu, nay, not so. Nay, not so, replied the angel. Ben Adam then inquired, that is my name there in the list. The angel said that no, your name is not there in the list. No, your name is not there in the list. That was the reply that angel gave to Ben Adam. Abu spoke more low, and this reply that angel gave to Ben Adam, that his name was not there in the list, it actually was very depressing for Ben Adam, and he got very sad. But he showed so much positive energy towards that angel, that in a very humble manner he asked, but cheerfully still, means very energetic, very carefully he asked, and he said, I pray thee then, write me as one that loves his fellow men. Now he is saying that after listening from that angel that his name was not there in the list among the people who love Lord, then he told the angel that prepare a list of those people who love their fellow men and write my name as one of the person who love their fellow men in that list. So this is what the conversation between Ben Adam and angel had taken place so far. Have you all understood? The last stanza we will be doing in our next class. Okay. We are running short of time, so we will be doing the next last stanza in our next class. Till then, thank you so much, children, for joining. May you all have a nice day.